What's good, Hollywood and everywhere in between? Welcome to the Monologue Room LA virtual podcast where creatives gather to perform, share, and discuss an array of diverse topics ranging from current events to stage, film, and entertainment. I'm your host with the most, Duell Andrews, and today we have some amazing guests here in the studio joining us on the panel, all of whom are brilliant, beautiful women, true, multi-talented when it comes to their craft. One of the topics that we'll be kicking off episode 2 is women in media, which is our part 2 to our first episode, but we decided to give you guys a little bit more. So we're going to be talking about diversity and representation when it matters the most, which is in today's entertainment community. However, before we get to today's chat, I have to introduce two of my lovely co-hosts here in the studio. First, she's an artist, casting associate, a writer, director in her own right, in addition to being the creator and casting director for the Monologue Room series pilot. Please give a warm welcome to my dear friend, the marvelous and outspoken Miss Marina Kidd in the audience here. Yes, baby.
Hi. Hi. Thank you so much. You know what? You do a wonderful job with the introduction. I can't say it every
I
time,
do
but
what I
I
can.
mean,
I
you
do
make
what
a sister feel good.
Of course.
Thank you
We
so
gotta give
much.
credit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So you ready for episode 2? We about to bring it, yo.
You know, we have some wonderful ladies. I'm so excited about this for tonight. I'm excited about Dinora. I'm excited about Cameo. I love both of them. I'm so excited for them to share their stories. So let's get into it.
Me too. But before we let these amazing special guests come into the studio, we got to give it up. Last but never the least, in the studio, we have a true jacktress of all trades. She's an up and coming screenwriter, producer, wardrobe assistant, tech enthusiast, production coordinator who has worked on popular shows like 911 for Fox, 20s for BET, and countless others. And she also happens to be one of my nearest and dearest. So show some love to the brilliant and beautiful Miss Brittany Nicholas, y'all. Come into this room, girl.
Yay!
Yes.
Ow! What's going on, y'all?
Yes. Come on in here. You ready for
What's
a
going
second
on, my beautiful
episode 2?
people? Yes, I am ready. This is number 2. This is number
Number
2. I'm
2.
Number
glad to
two.
be here.
I
You know,
know.
I was, thinking all day about the fact that we not only surpassed getting through episode 1, here we are again on a Thursday night, giving the people hopefully what they will soon be
Yes,
begging for, episode
yes,
2,
yes,
and so many other episodes after this. So
yes.
I'm really excited, and I'm excited for these ladies.
Me
We are
too.
finishing off this month of Women's History Month with some beautiful, talented, outstanding, amazingly funny, just women who have my heart and soul tonight. So I'm excited to be able to chat with them and see their beautiful faces and catch up with them and want to know what they've been up to. So
Yes,
let's get into it.
Let's get it in, y'all. Okay, but before we do, y'all know what time it is.
of
It's
course.
time for current events,
It's
y'all. Let's
Time
get
for
it.
current events. Let's get in.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, our first current topic is, the controversy with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, y'all. I know y'all been
Mm,
checking the blogs, checking your internet, but for those who may not be familiar, most recently, Duchess of Sussex, Miss Meghan Markle, along with her husband Prince Harry, also Duke of Sussex, sat down for an exclusive interview on CBS this morning with Oprah Winfrey to discuss their royal exit and open up about their personal and private struggles that they've been enduring due to being public figures in the UK and also dealing with the tabloids and the media.
mm.
So, did y'all see the interview? What are
I
your
did.
thoughts?
I had to watch it in part just because there were so many bombs being dropped. There's so many insider scoop things that were happening. I actually enjoyed having Harry on more than Meghan because I know it's her story. I know it's what happened to her, but having him show support and be very clear about, how he feels about what happened to her, kind of really shows that she has a support system in her corner. And even though you have I think they're called the firm,
Yeah.
this amazing historical, going back hundreds of years, group of secret society people that are, on her heels and not giving her the, due of hearing her out. She's got a man who's in her corner and who's repping for her, not only her, their children. So that was what I needed. Like, I needed that,
Period.
because the stuff
Period.
that she was telling and
Yeah.
sharing was like, what?
Yeah.
So
I
I
love that Harry stepped in
mhm,
and was like, this is not happening to my wife. I'm not going to allow it to happen to my wife. I think he felt so strongly about it because of what happened with his mother.
mhm.
I know his
Yes.
mother, you know, not per se like I was there, but just seeing everything that happened, he didn't want that to happen to his wife. And he
Mhm.
stood up for his wife, and I really commend him on doing that. And they're called the Royal Institution, I believe
Royal
that's what
Institute,
they're called.
Royal
Yes.
Yeah,
Institution. I
the
think they
Royal
go by many
Institution.
names, but yes, we'll stick with the official one.
Yeah, the Royal Institution. So, you know what? I really felt sorry for her,
Mhm.
that she had to experience that. The thing that got me was, and it's not like I was shocked by it,
Mm.
but to hear her say that they no longer protected them and was not going to protect their children
Right.
because of maybe, well, allegedly, let's use the word allegedly, because of the color of their skin,
Right.
and that they will not be protected because of the color of their skin. And also, they would not inherit the royal title as prince
Mhm.
or princess
Mhm.
because of the color of their skin. I wasn't shocked, but just to hear her say that, it's
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
yeah, but
I
I don't
think
want to
I
get into
think
that.
what it is people are thinking it, but you're never um you're always surprised that someone has the nerve to say it out loud.
Yeah,
I
out
think that's
loud.
what caught all of us off
That's
guard.
what
It
it is.
really,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's out loud.
we know you
And
thinking it, but dang, you gonna say it too? Like,
you
come
can say
on.
it to my face.
So,
Hello,
yeah.
hello,
So,
babe. Yeah, so, but
and
yeah,
then,
what about you, Duell? How do you
yeah.
feel about it, or what did you think? Did you see the interview?
Yeah, I was able to catch bits and pieces of the interview
Yeah,
online. And of course, there's no other person that anybody should be able to sit with other than Oprah, because Oprah's going
right.
to get out of you whether you
Yes.
like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Yes. And I respect that about her. And
Yeah.
she was very, she asked a lot of pointed questions in regards to, and she was very sensitive of the topic. I think Meghan had such poise during the
Oh
entire
yeah.
interview.
Mhm.
She
Yeah.
Mhm.
was very vulnerable and open. Especially what really got to me was not only what the bits and pieces that we were talking about a minute ago, about her family and the fact that about their children being mixed race and them not inheriting the throne and all of that.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
she really got very candid about her relationship with her father and her stepsister, and how estranged it was, and how she felt in a way betrayed by both of them for them to go to
Mhm.
the tabloids. They were actually working with the tabloids, basically,
Mm.
and how she didn't feel as if they didn't come forward soon enough with the truth, because she felt like she would have been able to protect them, her and Harry. But since they basically blatantly lied to them, it's out of their hands. And she was just very
Mm.
about it. She was very honest, and I respected that about Meghan, because being in a position that she is, she has to be very careful about what's being said and how she's portrayed. But at this point, the gloves were off during this entire interview. They did not hold
Yeah.
back a thing, and I appreciated that, because
I did.
up to anybody else, they're only going to tell you one side of the story. But they kind of
Mm.
Yeah.
were able to see from their point of view how they've been affected by it and how their family's been affected by it, especially,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which I didn't know. She also had a little bit of an issue with what is Williams, his brother's wife, Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole situation about that mistrust there. So I give it up for Meghan. I'm hoping that they will be able to go forward and live their own lives, because sometimes you can't always live under the same old regime.
Yeah.
True. True.
Absolutely.
True.
And just to tie it all in, the reason why I thought this was such a interesting story is based on her conversation with Oprah about how she did not have any expectations, or she didn't know anything about the royal family. And I was curious to kind of, I would love to have had the question asked, what was that like transitioning out of being an actress where you're constantly in front of the camera, you're constantly being, to something, I guess, even more
Yeah.
exacerbated and
Much
extra,
more.
uh,
Yeah.
and then giving up your career to be almost playing a role, but every day, all day. That was something that I thought would have been interesting to kind of have her talk about. But you know,
Yeah.
as far as where she is and where the family is and moving forward, I think that this is shaking up the world, honestly, and it's just going to make some differences. I mean, the royal family is talking about they're going to create a czar for inclusion and diversity, but it's tiny baby steps. It's moving the needle, even if it's like a millimeter, but it's still moving the needle. And to say that someone felt comfortable enough before this to say what they said to her, or to not take her seriously when she was asking for help,
Yeah.
and to now be like, oh yeah, we were already going to hire a diversity czar, so we're not. It means it's making a difference.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it is. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, if we're ready to, can we move on to the next current
Yeah.
topic on
Let's
our
go.
Yes,
on our
we can.
Let's
Let's
go.
do
Let's
it.
keep it going.
in the theme of empowering women? Our next current talk centers around Marsai Martin, which we all know is the star of Blackish. She's 16 years
Yeah.
old, also a 7-time NAACP Image Award recipient. All right, so about on March 11th, which is 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
Disney Channel released an announcement that they have given the green light for Marsai to produce Saturdays, which is a single cam comedic sitcom about a young teen girl and her competitive roller skating crew, which Marsai will also be partnering up with her Genius Entertainment writer, executive producer, Norman Vance Jr., who we all know from Roll Bounce and Girlfriend, which are some of his notable credits, as well as the show will be directed by Charles Stone III, which is his credits go with Drumline and Blackish as well. He's going to direct. And also 2 stars that have been pinned to the project are Omar Gooding and Golden Brooks, which will play the lead's parents.
Oh wow.
Marsai is also known as the producer for the 2019 feature film Little, in which she co-starred with Regina Hall and Issa Rae. So, Marsai Martin, the next wave of Hollywood. We see young, up-and-coming writers, producers, actors. How do we feel about this?
You know what? My thing is a quick question as far as
Hmm.
for the
Mm.
parents. How do you
Okay.
know when your child has it? It's
Mm.
like they knew her gift and they allowed her to flourish in her gift.
Yeah.
And for parents, you have to know your kids, notice what they like, notice. I just, it amazes me in how far she is in her career as an actress, as a director, as an executive producer, only at 16.
Right.
This is definitely major. And for her to be African American, it puts a cherry on top.
Hmm.
But my question is, how do you know when your
Mm.
child has it? and she has it.
Mhm.
How did they know? What was the sign? What was the sign that said, "Oh, let me take my daughter on auditions"? What was it? What was the pushing force behind it
Go ahead,
as far
D.
as
I
the
see you.
parents go? So go ahead, D.
Mhm.
I would say being someone who kind of like got bitten by the bug at an early age, like about I
Mhm,
believe I was 5 years old. My mother knew because I would always sing and dance and put on like little
mhm.
acts and tell jokes around the house, and nobody wanted to come to my house because every adult guest that would come over, I would try to entertain them,
You
and
have to
it would
perform.
sometimes be embarrassing, but at the same time, a lot of them encourage like, "Hey, is he what is this what he wants to do? Because he's really good at this. Like, are you putting him into, any classes?" And then my mom was like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a good idea. So going forward, I think I started doing theater about 9 years old, 9, 10.
Mhm.
She enrolled me into a summer program, an arts
Mhm.
program, where I just kind of flourished from there. And then I've been bitten ever since. So I think
Mm.
if you have a child, based off of my experience dealing with my mom, and my mom, as some of y'all know, is queen stage mom. You think
Yeah.
Yes.
oh,
Yes, she
honey.
Yes,
is.
Miss Andrews is all
I
over
love
it.
her.
Yeah, shout out mama if you watch him.
Hey, mama.
So anyway, like I was saying, when you have a kid, I think it's so important to cultivate that talent in any way as possible and encourage that kid, whether it's summer programs or drama classes after school. I actually went to AGC. My mom put me into AGC.
Mhm,
Shout out to
mhm,
Amazing Grace Conservatory in South LA, which is a
Mm.
summer program for artists of color,
Mm.
basically owned by Wendy Raquel Robinson.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wendy
mhm,
Raquel. Uh,
yeah,
but it's you need to have programs within the community that are going to push the
yes,
artists forward. And if they
Yeah.
have it, if they have the drive and they have the talent, do whatever you can to get them focused. Learn the business.
yeah,
Um, take the time to take them to the auditions. Go over their lines with them. Get mentors to help them, other people, acting coaches to kind of work with them and see if this is something that they really want to do before you invest time, money, and energy into a young person's career. Because if they don't want to do it, it's no use in doing it. But if they do, all you can do is do your best to support them like you would do if they were a sports star, a
Mhm.
dancer, whatever. So
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think to answer your question, it's odd because I had a conversation with my mother last night, and she was describing the first time she took me to, I believe it was the art history museum. I'm not sure, but it was something downtown where they had a booth, and you can go into the booth. D, I feel like you were there because it was a field trip that we went on in preschool,
I,
and
I,
they had a booth where you could go in and record, right? And my mom was telling everybody, "Oh, my daughter about to go in here and kill it. She been humming and singing Whitney Houston in the mall and at home, and I didn't even know she knew these artists and everything." And in the conversation last night, she said, "I was disappointed, but also proud because you knew what you wanted to do." Because we were all sitting patiently waiting for you to hit that first note. And young lady, you decided to give a full comedy stand up show instead. Why did the chicken cross the road? Brown cow, blue cow, all of this stuff. You had jokes ready. You had multiple jokes. You waited for your laughs. You were ready. And I
she was
think
ready, huh? Like Tiffany
yeah,
said, she was
she ready. So you can say she stole that
You
from me.
ready?
But I say all that to say my mom brought it up. I think she brought it up to say, I see that you've always had
Mhm,
yourself in this mood, in this
mhm,
mode. And so I took that as, okay, I hear you, Ma. You see me, and I think I see you seeing me. So I appreciate you. So, it may not be said aloud. It may not even, sometimes be encouraged all the time, but I know parents see us, and
Yeah,
it's the little things, and I'm just so excited for this young lady
me
because
too.
she not only has the parents backing her up. I think her mother and her father are her producer or her managers, but she's got the means, the access, and I met I think a writer who was working with her at the AT&T, uh I forget what it's called, AT&T Film Festival a few years ago, and they were ranting and raving about her when she was 14, being well spoken, knowing what she wanted, coming in the
Wow.
room and saying yes and no, and being able to understand what those yeses and nos meant. And so, you know, it's all about support, backup, knowing what you want, being able to voice it. And I believe this young lady is going to
Yeah,
change how media is run, especially now that she's kind of taken on the forefront of the young producers and executives. We're starting to see, like the Obamas are have a production company. Of course, we
yeah,
know about the Hillman Grad Productions that took
Yes.
off a few years ago. I mean, there's Ava DuVernay, my idol, like the woman I want to be. Her company is taking off. She's got a new initiative through Array Productions. So it's
nice.
the landscape for entertainment in the POC community is changing, and I believe um, Marseille is just one of the foot soldiers who are making inroads to change the landscape
Okay.
of the
Yeah,
entertainment for everybody.
I
Amen.
agree.
Amen. And we're rooting for you, Marseille. We're rooting for
Woohoo!
you and all your success going forward with this new pilot. And if you hear about us, hit us up. We would love to have you on the
We
show.
would love to
Yes, we would.
have you.
Holla.
Yes, we would.
Anywho, let's keep it going, y'all. We on a
Let's
hot
keep it
roll talking
going.
about amazing women in our current topics. Our next current topic, oh my God, is the Queen Bee herself at the Grammy 2021 in the controversy. Britt, you want to take this one on, love?
Sure. Um, I know there's a few folks in this room right now who are fans of this woman. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that at the Grammy 63rd annual Grammy, Beyonce received her 27th and 28th award respectively. And this put her in a category by herself. She is
Fire
now
them.
the most awarded artist, male or female, on the planet of the earth. So
Yeah.
Uh,
I say all that to say, Beyonce, are we gonna get some more movies and acting roles? That's all I want to know. You've done it all in the music industry. Ain't nobody else can do nothing else. You were
Enough
killing the
said.
game. I need another Black is King. I need it now, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll
Enough
say.
said. That's it, Beyonce. We love you.
we love
All
you,
right,
B.
and just to move us forward, I'll go ahead and close this out. With this week ending yesterday, we had the North Carolina Black Film Festival where uh, artists were able to present their feature films, short films, and digital shorts at this festival. It's been going on since 1998. It's accredited. It's ran by volunteers, and it's one of North Carolina's premier film festivals. Featured a few years ago was Ava DuVernay and Juan Carlo Giovanni. I think I'm saying his name right. Yes, well,
Yeah.
Esposito. And so
Mhm.
we just wanted to present this and let you know that there are always film festivals for you, film lovers, film producers, and film actors. So please keep us in mind. We'll always present you with something to keep you in the know. All right, so let's
We will
move
talk about
on.
Aretha
And
on the
those were
next
the current
Yeah,
events.
those are the current events.
Okay, let's keep
So
this train going. I know we've all been waiting to sit down and talk with these two amazingly talented individuals. These ladies are multi hyphenates in their own right. First up, we
I'm gonna
have,
give
get ready, She's an actress, a writer, producer, indie filmmaker, director. She's also a reoccurring on Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have-Nots, and she's also the star and producer of independent film Assimilated, which is an upcoming sci-fi thriller. So give it up, and before we give it up, check out this video.
Five, 4, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy.
I have absolutely no problem on raising our child. You know, maybe the problem is that I'm raising her alone.
I am in my daughter's life.
Are you?
What the hell's going on over there?
You know what? Why don't you just go? All right, just go, okay? Just get out my house.
Angel.
Now I will take care of this. Angel, baby.
Oh my God. Angel. Angel. What's she doing? Oh my God.
Child, please. Okay. Yeah, here she is. This is Laura. Right. She's my size. Actually, I think she's a little smaller. What are you trying to say? Oh, nothing. So, can you clean? Yes, ma'am. Good. You're hired. Yeah. Oh, great. Hey, I'll take you upstairs. Yes. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. All right. Come. I like things spotless, okay? Yes, ma'am. Come, Linda. Laura. No, like I said, Linda. Come on up here. Okay. There's some things I have up here that I want to go to Goodwill. Yes, ma'am.
Without further ado, show your love to my girl, the awesome Miss Cameo Sherrell. Get in the room, girl.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for having me. That first video is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But it's great. How are you?
I'm so good, and we are so humbled to have you here on the Monologue Room, LA. Thank you again for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me, and thank you for that amazing introduction. Like Marina said, you made me sound dope. Like I was like, ooh, okay.
Well, you are dope. That's why you're here, child. Now let's talk.
What's up?
So before we do, I have one more special guest here in the virtual studio. She is also a true multi-hyphenate in her own right. Actress, writer, executive producer, acting coach extraordinaire. But before we introduce her, take a look at this clip.
I'm mistaken for Satan. It's made a mistake. You think I need to be overseas to take a vacation, go to a trip abroad, and make a fall on face and don't be rejected. Be a king? Think not. Why be a king when you could be a god?
Oh, shit! Fuck! I'm sorry. Just burned the heck out of my damn finger. You know what? Listen, I can't do this today. No. You got me playing with real fire?
No,
okay?
We're gonna fix it.
Oh, you're gonna pay my medical bills? Is that what you're gonna do? You gonna give me insurance on this shoot? Is that what's happening? I don't mean to shout, but you all are really pissing me off.
Hey, Dinora here with another quick DIY. You want to go for a walk. You want to take your baby out for a stroll, but you don't want to use your stroller. You want to wear your baby. Understandable. However, it's chilly outside. Whatever are you to do? Bam! Cut a hole in your sweatshirt, put that baby in there. It's the simplest thing in the world. All you need is a sweatshirt, a pair of scissors, and a baby. You can't have this one. No, this one's for me. This one's for me.
We definitely need all the support we can get.
Hi. I'm so sorry. My team is working really hard to find a solution.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but they've been harassing BLM and DPN users through the chat feature. Hate speech, death threats, images of violence, lynchings even. It's vile. We can't ask our people to subject themselves to all this.
I know. I'm sorry. This will all get resolved soon, I promise.
Even so, activism's now connected to these groups. That stench doesn't just go away. It might be too late.
All right, now let's show your love to the one and only star, upcoming reoccurring star of Good Trouble, my dear friend, sister, acting coach, the amazing Miss Dinora Walcott-Alexander, y'all. Welcome to the Monologue Room.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. Oh my gosh, I'm so geeked. Oh my god.
That was a good stuff already.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Yay. Hi, ladies.
I love this so much. Oh my God.
Yes.
Hi, Cameo. I've never met you before, but hey, girl.
I know.
Hey.
How are y'all doing? How is life? What have you been doing? Let's get into it. Do you have anything to share about our current events? I want to pick your brain.
Oh my gosh,
You
there was
don't
so
have
much.
to. We're just asking. Do you have anything that you want to say?
I agree with I think it was Brittany who said it earlier about the prince, who I love that he was right there. First of all, I love that they made the decision to walk away. That's huge. And I think for sure they both will be okay, especially doing something that extreme. But for the better of their livelihood. So I thought it was beautiful to have him sit there with Meghan and share with Oprah about everything that they were going through and how they were being treated based off, Meghan's skin color and the color of their child. Like, that was just the whole thing. So I 100% applaud him, and that made me like him even more. So kudos to him. Kudos to Marsai. Like, she's been killing the game. When she came out with Little, like, she just kept going, and I think that's amazing. I think that's
Absolutely
amazing. So all of that I'm here for.
Okay.
What say you, Miss Dinora?
I think I am not at all, and I don't think a lot of people are surprised that the royal family has race issues. I mean, historically, like slavery and colonialism, like, we can't be shocked by any of this. That doesn't.
These were
The
things.
shock
Yes.
is what surprises me, right? That's the thing that makes me go, wait, why you ain't think that was gonna be automatic, right? So that was the main surprising thing to me. I think it's despicable that they did not support her, regardless of their confusion about race and color and, oh, is the baby gonna be so black? What are we gonna do? Regardless of all that, that's their blood. So, like, get over yourself. So that it was upsetting to see someone in so much pain, and see a young, beautiful couple, and that was very, very hurt. People that spent his entire life with, the people that raised him, to see the truth of his family, which can be devastating when that happens. Marsai Martin, I mean, she's a powerhouse, and her parents are amazing. And I forget who was asking about how to support your child if they have
Marina.
You were asking. It's interesting because I have a 6-year-old and I have a 1-year-old, and my 6-year-old's interests change all the time. And so I try to support her in all of her things. And then, like, 2 months later, she's like, no, mommy, that's not what I do. She's told me repeatedly, you asked about auditions. And this reminded me, when she was 4, I brought her to an audition, and we prepped in the car. Let's slate. Let's say your name, how old you are. You're going to smile. You're going to do all this. Like, yeah, mommy, yeah. We did it. She was not having it. She was so over it. She didn't want to look at those people. She did it, but she did it begrudgingly. And after the audition, she was like, you did such a great job. Like, I'm trying to really pump her up. I was like, you did such a great job. I was like, do you want to do it again? She said, no. And this is a 4-year-old with a very solid no.
It hurts your spirit when they tell you no. I've experienced it, so man.
Listen, it did. It really hurt. And she told me from then on she wanted to be a director because I was describing what all the different roles were and who does what. She loves to tell people what to do. And so when she recognized that was what the director did. So that's what we're going with. We're going to be working on a project with one of my best friends who's her godfather. And he wants her to write and he's going to produce and help teach her how to direct. So
wow.
All right. Watch out, Marsai. Watch out,
right. Right. You got some competition.
Hold on to your throne.
I mean, there's space for all of them. There's space for all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody gets to shine.
That's awesome.
So you want to kick us off, D?
Absolutely. So, ladies, we're gonna go down our array of questions. So, either one can take turns answering this question. So, what or who inspired you to pursue working in this industry? Like, what? Speaking of career choices, what inspired you to say, "Hey, this is what I want to do going forward"? Like, I want to act, I want to write, I want to produce.
I couldn't shake it. At an early age, I fell in love with acting. I always loved being silly and pretending to be other people. And then I discovered that was a thing you could do all the time. I remember specifically watching Lady Sings the Blues starring Diana Ross as Billie Holiday. And I remember laying on my living room floor, like with my elbows like this. And I'm watching this movie and I didn't understand all the complexities, but I remember feeling so much watching the movie. And I turned to my mom and I said, "Mommy, I want to be an actress because she's amazing." And I very clear memory that was the yup, whatever she's doing, I want to figure out that. And it's continued on. It has been all over the place, struggles, multiple jobs at certain times, feeling like I don't want to write, I don't want to direct, I am an actress, and then realizing that's stupid. You're a creative. Go create. Yeah. You don't just sit around and wait for someone to give you a yes all the time. You say yes to yourself. So that's me.
Absolutely. I recently watched Mahogany. And I have to say, I was in love with Diana for The Wiz. Can we just say that is iconic?
I just watched
really. It's something I will never get tired of. I don't care who doesn't like it, okay? But Mahogany made me look at Diana Ross very different. I was like, why isn't there more movies with her in it? I know she wants to sing and she can sing and that's her thing, but come on, I needed a follow-up to Mahogany because her and Billy D was giving me all the feels.
Yeah.
Like Black Love, Black Heartbreak, Black Get Back Together, Support, not having communication. I was there for, he was trying to be a mayor or a senator and she was trying to do her own thing and they just couldn't stand each other but love. I was like, yes! So,
love can keep them apart.
Love can keep them apart. I totally. Come on in. Get in here.
I love Diana. I've always thought she was an amazing actress after I saw Lady Sings the Blues. So, and of course, Mahogany. It's great. But there's also another movie. I don't think a lot of people know about this movie. I cannot think of the name. I was just trying to find it on IMDb. But she does another movie. And I randomly years ago found this movie on YouTube where she plays schizophrenic. And she is phenomenal. You know what I'm talking about?
What movie is that?
Yes, and I can't remember the name. And she is incredible.
Incredible.
Wow.
What's the name?
Somebody look it up.
I'm gonna look it up because
Somebody look that film
I'm
up.
looking.
absolutely, and nobody ever knows what I'm talking about when I
Nobody doesn't
describe
know
this
about
movie.
it. She's amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
It's
Well,
so
the
good.
woman who holds that seat for me for schizophrenic is Halle Berry, because there's so many films for her, but Frankie and Alice. I was like, where has this person been? Why did we get her for Monsters Ball? Okay, I'm not gonna go there. We're not
I
gonna
never
go there.
saw Frankie and Alice.
A whole nother conversation.
That's a
Ooh,
whole nother.
Lord.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother conversation. But I'm not an actress. I will say that, but I will say that those two women definitely in that particular role, Mahogany and Frankie and Alice, made me understand the depths of what true acting could entail for women of color. It didn't have to be monolithic. It didn't have to be the trope. It didn't have to be the strawberry or the woman, the patriarch or matriarch of the family. It could be something vulnerable, but also crazy, but also uh, interesting and inspiring and very. I mean, she played like 5 people, and I believed it.
Yeah, she was great. So I found the name of the movie. The name of the movie with Diana is called Out of Darkness.
Out of Darkness. Yeah.
It was in 1994.
Yeah.
So, and I have a thing about mental illness, and like that's the type of films that I want to make and portray. But I actually got started a little bit differently. My mom started me doing modeling and stuff, but then like after
because you're gorgeous.
Thank
My
you.
God.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
But when I was in college, after I graduated high school and I went to college and I took a semester off, one of my girlfriends was like, what you doing with your life? And I was like, I mean, I'm just taking a semester off and I'm gonna figure it out. And she was like, bitch, don't be a deadbeat. That's exactly what she told me. And I was like, okay, well, I know I want to do modeling, but like down south, the modeling world is a lot different than like New York Fashion Week. So we do a lot of our walking the runway is like routine stuff. That's a whole nother thing. But anyway, so I was like, I know I wouldn't be able. I'm only 5'5". Like I'm not going to be a model, a New York Fashion Week model. So I started looking. I was watching What's Love Got to Do with It.
Yes.
And it was kind of the same thing. Like I just felt so much. I didn't know what I was experiencing, but I was just like, dang, whatever she's doing, like this is. I want to do that, and I feel like I can do that. I can do that, and I was like, there's a part of the scene when Lawrence Fishburne character like slaps her, and she like rolls over the couch.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember that? She ends up twisting her wrist doing that scene, and but I didn't know that at the time. So I was like, ooh, I was living with my girlfriend at the time. Well, I was over her house and I was like, I'm gonna throw myself down the stairs and see if
Lord.
Cameo, girl. She does fun.
That's why I love you. That's why I love you.
I was like,
because you are committed.
I was throw myself downstairs and see if they if I can get away with it, if they believe and like start trying. I did a whole thing and it freaking worked. And I was like, y'all, I want to become an actress. This is what I want to do.
She said, I got it. I don't need nobody to confirm for me. I know.
So funny. So I mean, I was in Florida at the time and there's no type of, no real entertainment industry in Florida besides Disney. So I went online and I Googled like acting classes and I went and took a class at Lisa Maley School of Modeling and Acting. And I took like a scene study class, which honestly, they probably really didn't know what they were doing. But especially back then, I fell in love with it. I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And then probably like after I decided that, I was like, okay, well, how do I get to this point? Like, what do I need? What steps do I need to take to like pursue this dream? And so like my girlfriend that I had met modeling had moved to New York, and I reached out to her about their acting, and she was like, "Yeah, just come out here. Like, come out here. You can live with me." And she stayed in a box. I slept in bed for like 3 months, and I did. I moved. I gave myself a date, packed my stuff, shipped my car, and moved to New York. And I was in New York for like 10 years before I moved out here. So it's been a journey for sure. Working odd-end jobs, working jobs that you don't want to work, or not having enough money, living with people. Like, I haven't lived by myself since 2003. And I just moved out on my own. Like, thank God for that. Like, that because of pursuing acting, like, you know, you got to make some sacrifices. And that was one of them.
Preach on it, sis. Preach on it.
Well, I'm glad for it. Because if it wasn't for none of that, we wouldn't know you.
Yeah,
exactly.
So the fact that you threw yourself down the stairs to go, that's how I know you.
Committed, honey. Committed.
I'm gonna tell everybody that story now.
I love the commitment from you.
You gotta commit. If you're not gonna commit, then what we doing?
What we doing?
Speaking of commitment, our next question for our lovely ladies here, our special guests. I know there are a lot of artists that we all know, up and coming, aspiring, that are looking for some advice on how to get into the industry. However, in order to get into the industry, you have to have a process. So this question goes out to both of you. What is your creative process like when it comes to preparing for an upcoming role, or producing a film, or directing in Cameo in both Dinora's case? Like, how do you guys get yourself into that headspace? Because I know you guys both are working on some amazing projects right now, and I know a lot of people would like to know.
So for a project, as in like for set, or like an actual film?
Like the first day set.
Two different ones. I'll say for set, because even though I do filmmaking, I haven't quite got everything down the way I have for acting, because I've been doing that a lot longer. I just recently transitioned into being behind the camera, but like preparing for a set, just being on set, that's the preparation is happening before I even get on set. So I'm breaking down my scene, breaking down my character, making sure I have my objective and all that. And I think people the first thing they need to do if they say that they want to become an actor is to get into an acting class, period. Before you do anything, get into an acting class, you know, because they want to get their headshots and be like, well, how do I get an agent? And it's like, you got a whole bunch of more steps that you should probably do first. Let me get an agent.
Yes.
Right.
You know, get in class. Let's start there. Right. And then come back to me. Because the thing about acting is, like, you got to really love it. Like, you gotta really love it, and love it like without expectations. Because a lot of people come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna be able to become an actor and I'm gonna pop off, and you know, they in it 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and be like, okay, I haven't popped off, and this isn't really, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You got to eat, sleep, drink, go on vacation with it. I mean, it's got to be everything that you're thinking about all day long. I was telling
vacation. What's that?
What is that? Literally, what is it?
Yeah.
So
I think that now, and I'm always like, I'm an early person. I hate being late. So I think, you know, it's very important for you to get to set on time. And by on time, I'm like at least 15 to 30 minutes early before my call. I think that's
CP time. Yeah, no CP time.
No.
You get there and they change the script on you. Then what? Like,
right.
That part.
There's a lot of different things that goes into play. So those are some of my steps. I like to prepare way before I get on set. And by that, if it takes me, if I feel like I need a coaching session with one of my coaches, then I'll do that. But I'm prepared. I know my lines. I know everything before. And then when the day of, I'm on set at least 30 minutes and ready, sitting in my trailer, ready to work. So,
and this is coming from someone who stay booked, Miss reoccurring on the Have and Have Nots via Mr. Tyler Perry. Y'all
love it.
My girl out. And what about you, Miss Dinora Walcott? What's your creative process? Since, you know, we know some of your credits have gone as far as, what can I say, Scandal, That's so Raven. Right now you're on Good Trouble. Like, I know a lot of other people like to know what your headspace
The
is like.
Last Ship. I
Yes,
researched.
The Last Ship. You better
I forget the movie names. I was on your IMDb page. You
Yes.
better be on all 7 seasons of
Right.
Scandal.
Right. Come on,
Amen.
Sherrell.
Excuse me.
Amen. God is good. Amen. Amen. So what is my process? I mean, spending a lot of time learning my lines, because if you don't know your lines and you get on set and they change something on you, whether it be they add in something visually that distracts you, if you over here thinking about your the words, they haven't locked into your brain, you're just gonna be a fumbling mess. So really, really key for me is learning those lines. Because things do happen on set. Things do change. Your energy goes up. You might become anxious, especially if you're not a series regular where you're always with these people all the time. If you're just there sometimes, or maybe you're guest starring on one episode, you're the new person. So you don't have that, casual rapport with everybody. You don't have the inside jokes. You're new to the family. You're coming to dinner for the first time, meeting everybody from scratch, right? And so I find it to be really important to do everything I can at home before getting there. Like Cameo said, like it's, learning the lines, figuring out what is your character doing, who is your character in relation to all these other people, why is your character important to this episode, this scene, this project, whatever it may be. And sometimes you have to make that stuff up, especially if it's co-star roles. Like sometimes you have a one-line co-star, right? You can just be like, okay, I'm an EMT, for instance. It's not that important. I'll just kind of figure it out. No, you need to know inside and out. Where did you come from? Where are you going after this moment? Why are you there right now? Doing all of that work in advance is what I do before getting there. In my car, just running the lines. Sometimes recording my lines for myself if I know that I'm going to be in a space where I can't, run them enough, and just hearing them over and over, whatever the technique is. Whatever technique works best for you, but put in that time before you get to set. Hugely important.
Thank you for enlightening our audience about that. Both you and Dinora and Cameo. Dinora, so honestly, for those who are watching, they're both telling the truth. Dinora is actually an acting coach. She was actually my acting coach at one point, me and Brittany.
Mine too,
years
when
ago.
I thought I was doing something and I said, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't the life I want.
Y'all, Brittany's telling lies. Brittany act. She just shy. That's all.
No, nah.
Well, let me bring up your credits, boo. We're gonna bring up your credits anyway.
We don't need to do that, but anyway.
But definitely thank you, Dinora, for and Cameo for bringing that to light. And like you said, it's important to have that support behind you, especially going out and doing the research, breaking down the scenes, or going to an acting coach like Dinora and getting better insight into the process of acting. The information is out there. It's really up to the individual themselves on how much they want to be in this space and to be a part of and be a creative in this space. Because like I said, there's many other people who want to do it. It's about how bad you want to do it. So thank you both for being 100 about that for our audience.
If I may ask.
Yes.
Just because I believe the ladies outlined their traditional, rote, their way of getting into the mode for acting pre COVID-19. I just want to ask the question because I'm curious. What has your process, or how has your process changed since February 2020? And has it shifted to be more concise, more deliberate, or have you had to adapt, a whole host of new, tactics to stay in the frame of mind for whatever it is, whether it's, behind the camera or in front, to get the job done. How is that worked out?
You want to go first?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what has changed. I will say, my first time back on set in COVID times, in pandemic land,
Yeah.
it had been such a long time since I had been on set that when I got there, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Do I remember how to act? Like, I literally was thrown off. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to be around people. Okay. Gotta brush it off. I don't know that a lot has changed in terms of how being on set is now. Like, we all have to mask up. As soon as they call cut, everybody puts their mask back on. When it's not, you do rehearsals with all your masks on. I mean, even sometimes they don't even necessarily have the makeup people come and be on set with you anymore, because that can be too many bodies on set. So sometimes they create little makeup packages for the actors so that we can touch up ourselves. So there are different layers now involved. The main thing that I've seen change, and maybe Cameo, you've had this too, is how much work I'm doing at home for auditions. The setups, the breakdowns, the lighting, this blue thing. I never had this blue thing before, having to do all these self-tapes. I mean, now I love it. It's great. If you're Black, go get a blue because it looks great on their skin tones. But all this stuff I didn't have before. Yeah, see, you see what I'm saying? So that has definitely changed. The amount of self-taping that happens is completely different. You used to hop in the car, be in traffic forever, get to the audition, wait with everybody else in the space, and then do the audition. Then you leave, sit in traffic again, and go home. Now it's like you're sitting in front of your cell phone or in front of your laptop or whatever you have, and they have waiting rooms where you're just kind of either looking at a black screen of your phone or your laptop, or maybe some of the waiting rooms you can see and hear other people. So that has changed. But what's changed for you, Cameo?
I mean, so I've always had like a self-tape setup, but for sure the self-tapes has increased. That's all it is now. But personally, I felt like there was moments where I felt like I was being lazy. Like I wasn't doing enough. You know what I mean? And I recently felt like that because I think what happened, so the beginning of the year, I wasn't getting any auditions. And even though I wasn't getting auditions, I was still like helping a lot of friends do self-tapes. And so I was working a little bit, but because I wasn't getting the auditions, I wasn't working, which I could have been working, right? Like I could have been picking up my side. Like before, I felt like I was constantly, even when I wasn't auditioning, I felt like I was constantly honing my craft. But like after the pandemic happened, like I felt towards the end of 2020, I started to like kind of slack. And then I was like, well, it's a pandemic, like nothing's really happening. It's okay. Like I was trying to give myself a lot of grace. And then when 2021 came around, and then like all these auditionings was happening, but I wasn't getting any. And I was like, but okay, whatever. Like technically I'm still working because I'm helping somebody put themselves on tape. And like, I haven't picked up sides, but hey, this is me working. But then when I finally got an audition, I started getting auditions 2 weeks ago. Like,
boom, boom, boom.
Oh shit, I ain't ready. Hold on. Let me call. But I got my ass back in class. I was like, okay. And it was like, it wasn't like I wasn't ready, but like I could have been way more prepared than I was. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that has kind of always been my mind frame, but I wasn't ready. Like, I was like, and I felt it. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I don't like that feeling at all. And it didn't stop me from preparing for the scene and doing the work for the audition. But the fact that I felt like you said, I needed to be dusted off a little bit, a lot actually. And I was like, okay, yeah, let me start playing. Because I always remember the saying Regina King said, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And that always stayed with me. And I was like, you doing piss poor performance right now, and you don't have to be. Get your ass in class. So I'm back, I've been in class since last week, and I'm so excited. I feel a lot better, even though I feel like I killed my auditions, but just having that little bit of anxiety of being like, oh shit, like, hold on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just have one comment or a question to your comment, Dinora. You said you be sitting in your living room in a waiting room. Like, how does that?
Oh, so
I'm anxious for you. I don't like that. I don't. What?
It's kind of just like how we were in the waiting room when you guys were doing your segment.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that would be very no.
Yeah, because you never know. Like there's one app where I can't remember all the names right now, but there's a few different apps. So like some auditions are Zoom, some auditions are this, some auditions are whatever. And there are some of the apps where when you're in the waiting room, you're just seeing a black screen of your phone. And then they bring you into the actual audition. There's another one where the waiting area has all of the actors' windows there. You can, mute yourself and you can block out your own video. But sometimes folks be chatting and they're just loud and just having a good time. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. How have you been?
No.
How's quarantine? Oh my gosh, is your mom okay? And I'm just like, okay. And listen, I've been guilty of it too, because there's a couple times I've seen people where I was like, I haven't seen you all pandemic. I'm so glad you are alive. Amen. You're amazing, and that has nothing to do with the audition. But sometimes it happens, so I can't hate on anybody. But when it's not me chatting, it can sometimes throw you off a little bit because you're trying to write your lines. And there's another one where they don't necessarily give you a warning that they're bringing you into the room. You just see a quick countdown, a silent countdown. So if you happen to be like over here running your lines, you just look, I
had a feeling. Ready. I had a feeling that was what I'm just like mid nose pick, mid throwing back a shot. Like, that's rude. Yeah. That's rude. You take a very terrible and scary thing to do to become an actor, which is auditioning live, and make it 10 times worse. Because I'm in my house. I'm thinking I can do whatever I want in my house. You catch me coming across the camera half naked right before the audition starts. That's rude.
Yep.
That's absolutely rude. But
yeah, my daughter's come into the room a few times like, Mommy, I can't find my... And I'm like, oh, I told you. I
commend you, ladies.
I
commend you, ladies. I commend you. That's amazing. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
My heart for y'all. That stressed me out so much.
A wealth of knowledge. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so next question. Both of you are working actresses, always on set, always booked and blessed. So what are some of the things, that bring you joy when you're not on set? Like any hidden talents, things that people may not know about you that you may want to share? I know, Dinora, you're a comedian. As well. And you're a poet. And you do music.
I haven't done stand-up in a long time. But yeah, I did stand up. Love sketch comedy, love comedy. I don't get to do a lot of comedic places. Whatever my look is, they're just like, I want you to be the serious one in this. And listen, just give me the job. I'll make my own funny things. Like at this point, I'm just like, okay, you don't see it because the glass. No, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I like to have a good time. I'm a musician, and I haven't really done a whole lot with music throughout the pandemic. Actually, since having children, I used to perform out a lot, be in bands, and it's hard to have that level of life when you have childrens. So yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing. My music and my comedy. Yeah.
Yes, and be sure to check her out on Instagram. Some of her videos are hilarious. I know
Oh
you don't
yeah.
think it's funny, but honey, sister girl, you are funny. She has me in stitches. Definitely check her out on the social media. Her
TikTok
videos.
not ready for both of neither one of these ladies.
Neither one of you. Oh my
I'm gonna have
gosh.
to
I
follow
know
you on
y'all might
TikTok.
get TikTokers, but y'all giving TikTokers a run for their money
A
with your
run,
original
a
content.
run. Denora
Yeah.
just
Thank
popped up
you.
on my For You page. I was like, excuse me, people out here, I know that lady. Okay? FYP, I know her.
I didn't know that. That's
Oh
amazing.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very
You out
excited. Oh, you just all day.
here.
We do our research here at the Monologue Room. We do
our
our
research. So Cam, same question, boo.
I'm a pretty open book. I guess I'm low key like a tomboy because I grew up in Florida. So, and in the country, and it was nothing but like wood. It's nothing but woods out there, like trees and dirt roads, and that's it. And so I'm like low key a tomboy. So I play with guns and drive ATVs and I guess like an adventure seeker in a way. Like I like to just do new stuff. Over the pandemic though, I did find a new hobby of painting. So I love painting now.
Oh yes,
Nice.
Oh, that's dope.
Therapy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's great. And so I painted this picture behind me.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's the one above you. Yes,
Let's
I
see,
saw that one.
can't see.
And oh, sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I found that, but like I love shooting guns. I was literally just looking up, trying to find somebody that can teach me some tactical stuff here in LA. But like when I go home, I'm with my daddy, going to look at the coon trap, see if he caught a coon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love it.
I love it. I love it so much.
I love it.
I like nature.
Y'all better be careful with Cam out here. Don't be playing with Cam out
Don't play
here.
with
She don't know
Cam.
how to
Do
shoot
not.
guns, all right?
Yeah, I
Do
think
not.
Yeah,
Y'all hear
me
me?
my gun up here, but apparently it's like illegal because the magazine holds 17 rounds and California only allows 10. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it's an illegal gun, so I can't get it up here just as yet. I gotta try and see if I can find a magazine that hold 10 for my type of gun.
Are you in any of the black it's not NRA, but basically the black NRA?
Mm-hmm.
It is the black NRA. It's just by another name.
Don't have me lying, but I am.
Well, I do.
NAAG, isn't it? National African American Gun Association. Yeah,
that
something
sounds
like
right.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the last time, I think one of the last things we were talking about before full lockdown went through, you've actually gone through a couple tactical trainings, but it's a difference. I think you're trying to do something different because you only had handgun training, right?
Right. So I want,
Yeah, you want that big boy.
And I want to be able to so yeah, the other one was just like a handgun and we did like very minimum, but I'm trying to get like down and dirty. Like I want to be crawling through everything.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I knew somebody who did that, but I think she moved out of state. But I will see if she's back in state, and then I'll get you the information because she used to do all of that. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, like
nice.
all the stuff like in the dark and coming around corners and like all that stuff. I'm still very new to guns, so I never took her up on it. But that's the kind of, I want to know all about it. If I'm gonna have a weapon, don't just hand me a weapon. Like, sure, I've gone to the gun range, I can shoot a gun, but I want to know how to load, unload,
Mhm.
break it down if I need to. How, you know what I'm saying. I want, you know what I'm saying. So I'll see if I still have her information, and then if I do, I'll get to you.
What instrument
Oh, yeah.
do you play, Dinora?
I started out as a drummer. And
wow.
so instead of bringing my full kit to California when I moved here from Boston, I found out about the cajon, which is a box drum.
Yeah.
And you can look, I literally, it's right here.
Right now.
Are you sitting on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's so funny.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a box drum, and they're all made slightly differently, but they have different tones depending on where you hit. Some of them have a snare built into it. So,
nice.
like, I have the additional accessories, so I kind of have a full kit. But
nice.
you know, it's hard to find time to indulge in those delights.
Yeah.
Right.
With two kids and work, and my husband is an artist and he's working all the time, and so it's like,
wow.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Shout
excited.
Jason Alexander. Shout out.
Yes, and
God.
Duell has been a model for many of the issues of Philadelphia, which is an amazing comic book, and if you don't know about it, you know now, and go buy it because it's incredible.
Go buy it.
It is
Duell
incredible. Shout out
has
to Jason
posted many of
Alexander
the
up in here.
Yes, that's my hubby. But seriously, it's a fantastic comic book, and Duell is an amazing also.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, the time has come, and this is the musical portion of tonight's episode. I know both of our special guests have been preparing for this moment. This is what we like to call the musical monologue challenge. We're starting it tonight.
Yes.
Where we give both of our special guests a list of songs in which they prepare prior to the show, and they're going to perform a 60-second monologue based off of the song list that they've been provided. However, we, the hosts, have no idea what project or what song they're going to choose, and it's up to us to guess. So, ladies, are you ready to play the musical monologue challenge?
This is fun.
I don't know. I'm trying to make fun noise. So who's going first? Y'all want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Kimmy, you go ahead. You go ahead, girl.
Go.
Rock, paper,
scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Go. Rock,
paper, scissors. That's a delay. How are we gonna do that? That's a delay.
Come on, Wi-Fi. Work with us.
Right. They're uncovering our flaws now, people.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. All right. A gentle ladies agreement. Cam, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Okay. All right, here we go. Your 30 seconds is on the board now.
If he were a color, he'd be a deep, dark forest green. And if he were a car, he'd be a long stretch limousine with room for all of humanity inside because he's so giving and he's so wise. If he were a number, he'd be a 5 because she has such a brilliant mind. And if he were an animal, he'd be an ass because he's so stubborn sometimes. But if he were a song, he'd be a complicated melody. That complicated fellow, he almost cannot sing it on key. But he means the world to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was good, girl. Give it up for Cameo.
Okay. Okay. You did that. You did that.
Better give
Now
me
I don't want
romance
to
drama,
go.
romance
Right.
drama up in here.
Right? All the love.
Come on.
I don't want to go
The
first because I
passion.
know what that is. My fellow co-hosts, do y'all know who that was and what the name of the song is?
It sounds like something I listen to. So
And folks, if there's anyone in the comments or in the live, comment below. We want to see your answers as well. Participation is key.
Yes.
Duo, do you want to give it a shot, or do you know?
I know it's soulful. I know it's soulful. I know it's like a soul indie, like a neo soul indie vibe.
You said indie. You said indie?
Yeah, you there.
Am I
You there.
correct?
You
there.
getting there.
Okay.
Indie.
Indie.
Yes. 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 And I'll help And I'll help you out. The
Yay!
name of the song is called Complicated Melody. Because I almost cannot sing it on key. You did that, girl. You did that,
I've
girl.
never heard that song before.
Wow.
Never heard it.
Wow. Well,
That's
you outshine the shine for that one. That was dope.
Yeah,
I love it. I
First
love
yeah,
it.
you said
Wow.
that like you knew it. Like you knew every line. You knew
That's
it.
why she's a professional. No, she's a professional. She threw herself down some
That's
stairs.
right.
Were we supposed to be on book? Were we supposed to be on book?
Hey, there's no way we wouldn't even know. There's no way.
I
Okay.
wasn't on book. My bad.
All right. Balls in your court, Coach
right.
D. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Go.
All right. Your 60 seconds starts now.
So it's been 3 weeks since you've been looking for your friend? The one you let hit it? Never called you again? Remember when he told you he was about the Bemmans? You acted like you didn't hear him, but gave him a little trim. Now, to begin. How you think you really gonna pretend like you wasn't down when you called him again? Plus, when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you're probably again talking out your neck, saying you're a Christian, a Muslim, sleeping with the jinn. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in. Who are you gonna tell? When the repercussions fit. And that's it.
Y'all better come to play monologue challenge. Musical monologue. You know what? You know what? This is it. This is this gold standard. If no one else plays this game ever again, you have won.
That was great.
So fun.
Won it all. If I had prizes, I would just make y'all fight for them because I can't decide who was better. That was amazing.
We just shared.
Yeah.
We shared a prize.
No. Seriously.
Wow.
Both of you guys were awesome. I'm like, wow.
You know what's sad? I knew the opening line, but then I was doubting myself. Like, wait a minute, no, maybe. Is it?
I was there too. I was like, wait,
Is it the hill? Is it the hills which cometh my help? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
What?
That wasn't it.
But I love the commitment. It's the commitment from both ladies. It's like I was transformed. It was like if I didn't had heard the song ever in life, either of these songs, I'd have been like, what is going on here? What is
the drama
what is happening? But I love the commitment from both of you. Like Cameo's was, more dramatic, is like romantic drama,
Mhm.
And
Oh, yes.
Dinora just kind of went in her own fashion with kind of like a comedic version. Like Dinora, I feel like you were giving me like, you know, if you was like Lauren's psychologist or something, like, and get the lyrics that she gave, you know, like I felt like she was Lauren Hill's therapist. Like, girl, let me tell you one thing.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Ooh wee. Yo, I am very,
was dope.
very
I really like that.
man. Go ahead, Marina. I was just
No,
what were you gonna say?
No, I was like you, Britt. I was like, wait, is that him? Is that? Yeah, you took it there, and I'm cracking up the whole time. I'm sorry if I'm laughing too loud, but I was cracking up.
Me too. It was hilarious.
Absolutely. I have to say my expectation of this game was somewhere mid-level, and like I said, if this never gets played again on this show, I wouldn't care because y'all killed it. Y'all killed it. Y'all killed it.
Guys, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you both for doing that. I really, oh my gosh, I'm still reeling from it. But before I let you guys go, tell the audience where we can find you and come support you on social media. Like, drop some of your handles just so the folks can know where to find you and what you guys have coming up.
You can find me on at Cameo Sherrell pretty much on all platforms. On TikTok, I'm Sherrell, but everything else at Cameo Sherrell. Right now, I am in the process of writing my own another thriller, because remember I mentioned earlier that I'm from the country, so my parents have like a lot of land out there. So I came up with the idea of doing a short film, but after speaking with my crew, we were like, we might as well just go ahead and push it to the limits and do a full feature if we can. So that's what we're in the process of doing. I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome.
That's huge.
And also, you have a film coming up, a sci-fi thriller, Assimilated, right?
Yes, I have a sci-fi film coming out. It's called Assimilated. That was my first sci-fi. It was really cool. I'm not sure exactly when, because I think right now what they're doing is shopping around to get money for the feature as well. So, but
great.
I think they're just entering it into film festivals right now.
Okay.
Awesome.
Would you mind if I showed the trailer?
Sure.
Okay.
I want to see.
Here we go.
This is beautiful. You guys might have to return without me.
Really, Derek? You want to stay out here and end up like that poor kid who went missing and into the wild?
So what should we do now?
Tell scary stories, of course.
Pass. Hard pass.
Oh my god, what was that?
It must have been a plane crash, okay? We're too far away from the main road for it to be a car crash.
Oh my god, wake up. Ryan's gone. Come on, hurry.
Ryan! Where are you?
Ryan! Ryan.
Nicole, what am I?
What are you...
Something doesn't seem right.
Oh my god.
Have you seen our friends? We left them here about an hour ago.
No, we haven't seen anyone.
What?
This is a classified location. A plane went down, and unfortunately there were no survivors.
No, that is not what happened. A spaceship crashed here, and then some phenomenon is messing with all of our heads.
Yeah.
There's another one! It's alive! Is anyone in there?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right now.
Nice.
Assimilated coming soon, y'all.
Yes.
We will be sure to support you on that. Be sure to let us know when your movie comes out, and we'll be sure to post it on our page and let everybody know where they can support you. Thank you so much for sharing that. That clip is amazing.
Absolutely.
And Miss Dinora.
Yes, you can find me at Dinora Walcott. Dinora Walcott is really how you're supposed to say my name, but you know,
get it right.
At Dinora Walcott, WALCOTT, across all platforms.
Nice.
So yeah, come by.
And also be sure to check her out on Freeform's Good Trouble, reoccurring guest star.
Hi, reoccurring.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
For the people.
Yes.
It's a really great show to be a part of. They're wonderful, and I love that it's all focused on bettering everyone, because when those of us who don't have get the opportunity to have, everybody does better. So I love the show. I love their mission, and I love that they're not afraid to speak out on the issues that are important to all of us.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. Well, I binged a few episodes myself, so I got to catch up to where you are to make sure it's fluid. But I definitely watched your episode already. I was like, you better get it together.
Come on,
she gonna stand in this lobby all day until I forget who it was come out. She get this petition. Shoot.
Gotta put in the work.
Come up there. Gotta put in the work. But yes, thank you, ladies, so very much.
Thanks for having me.
For having me. This
Thank
was
you
great.
guys. You all are amazing. We are so humbled that you guys took time out of your busy schedules to come and chat with us here on the Monologue Room LA. And of course, we would love to have you guys back sometime in the future to chat more with us if you're available. Like I said, we love both of you, and we'll make sure that everyone comes out and supports your upcoming projects for sure.
Yes.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Yeah, ditto. Like right now, I'm about to follow you on TikTok, Instagram, all the things.
This is what it's about.
Pew, pew, pew.
Exactly what it's about. Exactly what it's about.
What it's all about.
It sure is.
That's what the Monologue Room is for.
Absolutely. Now, if I see y'all in a movie together and I ain't on the set doing something, PAing, bringing the drinks, I'm going to be mad. But I won't be that mad because I will know this was because of myself and my co-host.
Let's bring something together, y'all. Why not?
We'll be reaching out to you, Brittany. I totally forgot. There's a role for you on a project that I completely just forgot about it, and I just did the meeting yesterday. Freaking hilarious. But yes, we'll be reaching out to you, Brittany, for sure.
Is it actually bringing sodas and drinks and providing wardrobe? Because that's what I do. That's on my CV.
No, you do more than that. What you talking about? You do
Yes, she
everything.
does. I know. Why you playing?
Stop playing.
Tell her.
Don't even.
Because I love you, Cam. Only because I love you.
Brittany,
just for you.
Don't make me slap.
I'm speaking as her agent. She'll do it.
Oh God! Now I'm contractual. God, lead me.
But I would love to work with you. If you have class, do you still do classes? Because I
do one-on-one
too.
Yeah, I do one-on-ones. Much of it lately has been audition coaching, which I love doing because I dive in specifics.
Yeah.
In that moment of that, so yeah, just hit me anytime. You just let me know.
Nice.
All right, girl.
I love it.
I got you, girl.
Yay! Thank you, ladies, so very much.
Thank you
Love
very
you
much.
so
Thank you
much.
guys.
Bye. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Yay!
That's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. We're here to connect. We're here to make connections, and we're here to build our community. And that's exactly what happened. It's recorded, you see it, and that's how it works.
Yes.
That's how it works in person when we do the Monologue Room show and also the Monologue Room live. That's what we're doing. I'm so happy about that. Oh my God, the good work that's going to come out of that. And then you, Brittany.
What? What I do? No,
You
I don't.
booked yes.
I just booked and I didn't have to do nothing. No,
But that's
I'm just
what
here.
you get. That's what you get for saying I'm not an actress. I don't do this is all I do.
Yeah, I did say that.
This is
Yeah,
all
I had
I
said that a
do.
lot.
Now look, it's coming. Stand in it.
Hey,
Okay.
I am going to ask you both as my friends, as my co-hosts, as my inspiration to be in my corner
We
and
got you.
know I'm calling y'all with my stress
We
when
got
I
you.
have I will do it because I'm not here to say no to anything. I am trying to make myself better along with the two of you, and this is what it's all about. This is
No,
what it's
yeah,
all about.
we got you, and it's awesome that Cameo said that on live, and I'm just so happy, I know Dinora went to Cal State Dominguez, and
Yes.
while you guys were there, she was there. But as I was coming in, she had already had gone and graduated. And I
Yes.
talked to her briefly. I don't know if she remember that, but I talked to her briefly.
Mm.
And I heard so many good things about her. And we just never had the chance to meet. And but I want to take some acting classes. I started off as an
Hey,
actress, but I
yeah.
found myself behind the scenes just because I
Mhm.
don't like to be in front of the camera. But I want to probably take some acting classes from
Oh
Denora.
yeah.
There
Oh
we go,
yeah.
an acting coach.
Absolutely.
She's available and ready. If she's still
Yeah,
watching,
I love it.
Laura,
And then
Marina's
and
gonna be
then
calling you soon.
yeah, I am. And then Cameo, the last I think it was a table read for Duels. I don't know
Mm.
which project it was, but Cameo and I had a
DOD,
conversation
yeah, DOD.
about writing, and she gave me some encouraging words about writing. So I'll never forget that. These two women are very awesome. Like
Yes.
my heart is
Absolutely.
overjoyed right now,
Absolutely.
just having them
Absolutely.
on. And for them
Eh,
to connect that way, yeah.
I know, right? So cool. I
And it
wanted to
only
take a
happens
moment
here at the Monologue Room
at the
LA.
monologue room.
Yeah.
I want before we get ready to close out, I just wanted to just pop on the screen and give a shout out to the folks who are watching. We had some comments. I don't know if it'll populate. Oh, I gotta show them. So we had Samuel. Is he there? Where is he at? You can't see him. Oh, we had Samuel Peoples III, and we also had Alistair Denise come on and chat with us and hang out with us during the show. So I just wanted to say thank you all for participating in our live and participating in our games. They were out here shouting out Lauren Hill and do that thing. And so I just want to say thank you so much for hanging with us and chilling with us. And hopefully you enjoyed the show.
I hope so.
Yes, and be sure to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram at the Monologue Room LA, on Instagram and on Facebook at the Monologue Room Los Angeles. If you didn't get a chance to catch the entire interview and episode, be sure to go to those social platforms and watch the playback, which will be posted live soon.
Very soon.
Another one down, many more to go.
Yes. I
Doing it.
love you folks. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for being my friend and including me in this amazing process. And I can only see the stars and more stars for us and where we're going.
I love it. Thank you guys
So
so
with that,
much.
have a good night, y'all. I love you. Until the next one, Thursday, April 8th.
April 8th.
At
Another episode of
7:30.
the Monologue Room LA drops live April 8th, Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
7:30.
sharp, 10:30 EST. If you're on the East Coast, be sure to check us out here, Restream, YouTube, and Facebook. And we will see you guys then. Have a blessed one and good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.